Welcome to the broadcast box here at Lord's Raceway with the star broadcaster James Vandermark. They used to want to be a broadcaster with Troy Harley. Mate, the Sunday afternoon, the conclusion of our 7 race meetings, 11 days, the annual Gold Rush Carnival, the 17th running of the Gold Rush Carnival, an outstanding field of future stars in the maiden, but plenty of other feature races as well.
It's been a great race for a long time, this Gold Rush, and it's a great race because I started race calling through the Gold Rush Carnival. I was up here many years ago with the Massners and called a couple of races back then when it was a picnic non-tab and things have advanced. And I was just having a chat to you a moment ago before we went on air, and some of the winners of this race, Aston Dinnigan, Zipping Magda, Zipping Albert's a very talented greyhound as well, and Nervous and Weird. There's just been so many good greyhounds that have won the Gold Rush for the maiden, and you get the feeling when you get a good young dog, Troy, they set them for this race in particular.
They do, and not often is the honour roll either. There's always it made the final and got beaten in the final, or others that went round the heats. But you look at dogs like Dinah Burt and I'm a Geisha Girl that went on and produced as well. So it's been a very good race, been plenty of good support races as well. But obviously the ground populations and COVID and stuff, not many interstate dogs this year taking the risk. But we only had the 9 heats, the lowest we've ever had. But I don't think that's a negative when you come to final fields day.
I was going to say, when you look at the final field, that speaks for itself, doesn't it? Really, you look at the standout of the series, she's got wheels, and yet she's only a couple of lengths quicker than 3 or 4 of them, and yet I think in a normal breeders series she'd probably be panels of fencing ahead. So it's an interesting race.
And Kel doesn't come up here too often. He came up here with Mint Power in 2010 and won the race with Ray Watson's Speedster. So he doesn't come here often. So if you take that sort of guide, that when he does come here, they're always very competitive.
If you follow Calgreen anywhere he goes,
correct,
they normally go well. He's probably the lightest race big trainer I think of the year, and yet his prize money they've already earned over 100,000 I think for the year. It's extraordinary.
His grip race strike rate would be ridiculous, I would imagine.
Crazy.
Now we've got a host of feature races kicking off race 4 right through to race number 9. Of course, we're going to have some live coverage and try a few things. So if we do have a few glitches along the way, don't criticise us too much. We just poke the toe in the water and see how we go. But we'll start with the feature races, which is the Ag Tyres and Wheels Easter Cup. Race number 4 on the card, a $3,250 to the winner. 500 metre special event.
It's a good race. You've got Last Terrard drawn box number 4. He's won 34 of 80 and he's just about in every big final over the 600 metres. Of course, made the Sale Cup, didn't he, this year?
Yeah, and second to Houdini Boy.
Yeah, so the form's really good for him. I'm tipping 5, 2, 3, 4. I'm tipping the yellow Got the Talk, and I found this one a really hard race to tip in because Last Terrard, we haven't seen him since the 21st of Jan, but I think last time when he was first up, he won at Ballarat or second up and went 25 seconds, so he's very good. But I just thought Got the Talk, 25.09 at Shepherd and went third behind Ferdinand Boy. I think that form line's really good. You know my opinion of Ferdinand Boy. I think he can win a Melbourne Cup. That's how good that form line is. To be a length and a half behind him over the 450, I think it's really good form. Went up to Sydney last start, no luck, but the run prior at the Meadows was good. So I've gone 5 on top. I think Smartest Jack runs well here. 3 starts, 2 wins and a place. He has broken the magical 28. Probably going to need to do that to win this race. 3 Tiger Time. I like that Horsham form has been really attacking the line, and number 4 Last Terrard. Just couldn't leave him out.
Yeah, but I've gone 2, 4, 1 and 3. I think Smartest Jack drawn back on the inside, back here at Bendigo where he goes terrific. Should bounce back on the bunny as opposed to what he has been the last couple of starts. One thing you wouldn't want is Last Terrard right there. I'm pretty sure Last Terrard won a 500 here over the Cup Carnival win fresh as well. So
27.96.
I reckon that's the one. That'll be last July. So I'll put in Last Terrard for second. You've got form against Houdini Boy, Fernando Bluey, Fernando Kaz. You can't certainly leave out of a race like this. Dark Compass off the inside, the local hope, Brian Brown, put him for third, and Tiger Time, as you say, Kevin Ward's been on fire too the last 4 or 5 months, and put him for fourth. But plenty of chances you'd expect in a free for what I went 2, 4, 1 and 3.
Who won 5 races or something at Warrnambool a couple
He did,
That's been in good form.
Been going terrific form.
Race 5, Stayers. I love the Stayers because right here in the broadcast, the 660's just behind us here, so you don't even need binoculars. You see them jumping, away they go. I thought this was such a hard race to sort out. I know Aston Ulysses is the greyhound to beat. He's the rising, staying star a little bit on these provincial tracks. He's by Sweet it is, so he should run out the distance by Aston DB. He's beautifully bred, Aston Ulysses. I've gone 3 Weblek Hayes. Now, you're probably going to think I'm mad tipping against Aston Ulysses. I just thought, I wound the clock back to when Weblek Hayes won at Ballarat about 5 or 6 runs ago. He actually went nearly 3 or 4 lengths quicker, I think it was from memory, than Aston Ulysses last start. And Aston Ulysses had the red, ping to the front, did everything right, on a track that I think was playing pretty quick as well down there at Ballarat. So that's the reason I've gone Weblek Hayes. I think if he can clear the red, sit outside of the check early, bounce back, I think he can run a really big race. He caught the eye last start at Sandown, so I went 3 on top. Aston Ulysses, I'm only taking him on because of the price. If he's $3, he's your on top selection. 2 bounce back for third, Paint Peeler, who should really scrape the rail. This greyhound hasn't drawn a red in a long time. I'm not sure if she's had too many from the red. I know 2 of her career wins have come from that draw, but just a run of bad boxes lately, so she should improve.
I know Connections on our Facebook page are pretty happy when they drew the red, so that might be a bit of a tip as well. I've gone 8, 4, 2 and 3. This is one of them races. There's plenty of chances. You'd like to get on the winning post the first time. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Aston Ulysses not begin so well and give a bit of a cut and just see if you're not burning in front. But I went Aston Ulysses on top purely from the class. Drum roll, please. You can't fault his form. His entire career is always thereabouts. Webleck Hayes and bounce back as well. As you said, Paint Pearl a chance as well. And I guess Lizzie's Endy is certainly not a man's either.
I'm just thinking, I feel bad not tipping the 8 Aston Ulysses because I think he probably will win the race. I just think he's about $1.60, $1.70. Look, he might be worth taking on just based on what Webleck Hayes did at Ballarat last time. But that's going to be an intriguing race. Again, it's only 6 dogs in there, but I think there are at least 4 or 5 winning chances.
Nice race for 12,000 the winner as well. And it's normally a good stepping stone. I'm interested to see what these dogs do because history through the Stayers Cup have a lot of dogs going from the 660s then into the Sandown Cup. Irma Bale did it, Proven Impala did it, No Donuts did it, Blazing Cartier did it. They've all gone back up in the Group 1 staying race. So it'll be interesting to see and follow the form as they go forward.
And that's probably what Aston Ulysses is going to end up, isn't he, over the 700 in the months ahead. Peter Brown, Custom Homes, Belle of Bendigo. It's always a good race series and throw a dart.
It's incredible. It's
even.
Normally the depth in the dogs race is better, but I reckon the depth it's first that sub 24 dog is better than the bitches race this year.
Yeah, well, quite possibly. You go through them: 23.99 the red, 91 for the 2, 86, 96, 95, 99, 24.01, and Daff's Echo was beaten running 24.20. So 6 of them have broken 24 seconds. One of them's gone 24.01, and yet extraordinarily the quickest is only 23.86. So there's 2-3 lengths behind between the whole field. It's a nightmare to tip.
Box draws. So I went 1-2. Rasputia for box number 1 for Daniel Pell. It'd be ironic if they could win the race. They've donated a pup of our Gold Rush raffle this year, Butter and Bev. That they can get something for the donation they've made for us. The 32.50 is probably about the value of the pup as well. So, but I think it can hold the lead and win for box number 1. Irene's a star, risky beginner when it gets to start right. It's got explosive speed. Inca Bale for Samantha Grenfell. His runs have been terrific. I mean, had it been a 450, I'm probably tipping on Inca Bale. And also putting in Avenger Lass. It's a little bit worried the way Avenger Lass has been coming out of the box for the last few starts, but I've got no question she's the fastest bitch in the race, but just drawn a little awkwardly. But I went 1, 2, 4, 3.
It's interesting because Avenger Lass 2 runs ago was squeezed out of it, but still went 6.56 to the first peg, which is going to be right up there in the firing line. Look, I've gone 2, 1, 3, 5. I've taken the 2 Irene's a star on top. Got to get past Rasputia at the start. I think that's the key to the race. So I'm going to go 2, 1, 3, 5 in the Belle of Bendigo. Looks a pretty even race.
Certainly does, mate. Race number 7 is the Gold Rush Carnival. Is the Jared Larkin Concreting Gold Rush maiden over 425 metres. $10,000 the winner. One of these 8 grounds will add their name to the honour roll. All 8 would certainly fit the bill.
Oh, look, I think download the Watchdog app, Troy. Black book every single runner in this race because there's going to be a few that go on to be really good greyhounds. Jared Larkin Concreting too, great sponsor at the club. Every time I'm up here, there's a race named the Jared Larkin Concreting. I've got to get some concreting done at home. And I tell you, if I lived a little bit closer, I'd be getting him in. Jared Larkin up here at Bendigo, you can't go.
He does a good job in his much better half. Alice Pete does a pretty good job of the training as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a few good ones in the kennel, no doubt. Back to doing form now. I'm going to go 4. She's got wheels on top. Look, how do you tip against her? Yep. Early pace, booming run home suggests she'll run 500 with her eyes closed. I just think she wins, but in saying that, there's going to be pressure at some point. I've gone 5 Zeba's Legacy for second. He's improving every time he steps out. That could be the key if he can begin well. Number 8, Smoke and Grill. He's barely set a paw out of place throughout the series. 23.70 last week, and then running 23.81 first up. He's going to have a bright future. And I've gone the 7, Smoky Cape. Missed the kick first 2 runs, but has just wound up nicely through the field. And I think being by Fernando Bale Lily Lane should probably show a little bit more speed. So there might be a bit of upside to Smoky Cape. I've left the red out Sierra Foxtrot. I just think maybe, just maybe, he was better drawn out in box 8 compared to one with so much pace on the outside.
And the pace is going to be the key of the race. I've gone 4, 8, 1 and 6. She's got wheels, as we said. I think she's the on-top tip. The way she gets beat is if there is trouble and a bit of a squeeze, which is why I've gone Smoke and Grill for second, just from box number 8. You can't fault she's got wheels' form. It's just been outstanding. 6.46 the first mark last week. It's hard to see her getting led unless she misses the kick badly. Smoke and Grill for Cameron Bayon. This dog's a beautiful dog. It looks a treat and a credit to Cameron. Homebred, hot grill from Limited Matings. Certainly had some fast greyhounds, and Smoke and Grill's one of them. I've put Sierra Foxtrot in for third. Just the remarkable improvement since the change of kennel and a spell has done wonderfully. And Aston Wise, 425 probably doesn't suit at the moment, but I think as one ground to watch like Smoky Cape, when they get over further, just watch what Aston Wise does in a final like this. But I've gone 4, 8, 1 and 6, but really, is there anything that can't win it? I don't think so.
Well, I think you make a good point, what you just said there. Like, look at these greyhounds when they leave this series, and greyhounds like Smoky Cape, they're looking like they're slow early, but the sections they're still running is very good. So when they get to 500, there's a big chance they'll ping straight to the front and just run them along. But
well, you get the Bold Linda, it's going to be $25 or $30 the final. Clock 6:47 last week in the heat.
Key is Bold Linda, ping straight to the front. She's got wheels, just canters up on the outside, throw the form guide out the window, it's all over.
Yep.
If it goes like that.
But keep your ticket in your pocket, don't throw it with it.
Keep some paper with you.
But race number 8, the Meadows to Bendigo Damsels Dash. These heats are at the Meadows on Wednesday. $7,000 the winner of this race as well. Only 2 heats of the race, but a very intriguing final.
How'd you organise this one? Because we always see the country to the Meadows, but Troy said, no.
No, we're going to bring a couple back.
Start in the city, and we're going to end up here at Bendigo. I like it, though, and I think it's an intriguing race again. I went 2, 3, 4, 7. I've tipped Emmy Shark, but a little bit of unknown, really. But that 30.02 win from box 6 I thought was impressive. First go in Victoria. She's won 5 out of 10. Her form, I think, in Sydney at Richmond was really, really good before she came down. So if she can begin and hold the 3 out at the start, she's going to be hard to beat. Whether or not she handles the corner start, that's the other thing, because she running around Richmond and Wenny Park, very similar to the Meadows. So coming to Bendigo, the corner start, is that going to be a challenge? Maybe, but I went 2, 3, 4 and 7.
You must be looking over my shoulder, like you used to have me at school. 2, 3, 4 and 7. I've got number 2, Emmy Shark as well. I think you can't fault what she did on Wednesday at the Meadows. Mountain View Emmy, you certainly can't fault what Trevor Whitford's doing with her. She clocked 6:46 here to the first split a couple of weeks ago. She does actually lead and win, but I've gone 2, 3, 4 and 7. Janilla obviously knows the track backwards. Probably a tad disappointing on Wednesday, but coming back here to Bendigo will be hard to beat. And Cool Limit, she can do anything on a day. Absolutely, but the problem's going to be she's been giving 28, 20 dogs up front too much start, I think. So 2, 3, 4 and 7 in race number 8. And the final feature of the race is race number 9, which is not long after that we'll be drawing that pup raffle we spoke about. The Henrahan Plumbing Boa Bendigo final for the boys, $3,250 the winner of the 425. I'm pretty keen on Aston Jupiter, even though I was drawn box number 5. I've gone 5, 1, 8 and 6. How did you see it?
Yeah, look, we're actually training his brother Aston Jupiter, so I'm hoping he can be half the dog Aston Jupiter is, because he's just improving. Every time he steps out on the track, he's getting quicker early. He landed the Vic Breeders down at Sale, which is a pretty good race to win. Then he come here, and I think last start was a step in the right direction. He travelled away from home, away from a local track, and went good time, 23.76. If he runs that, he's clearly the runner to beat. I like the run of Spare Bullet last start. First up came from a long way back and mowed it home. You would think would improve. Second look at Bendigo as well, so I've gone the 1 for second. Remnants drawn box number 8 for Brooke Ennis. Might be able to get out and go with a nice clear run, and 7 low blow to round out the top 4. But one thing I am noticing tomorrow is we're seeing a lot of the Aston DB pups going around. They seem to be very prominent at the moment. It's
obviously that right age group, that 2 to 2.5 years of age where he started his stud career, and that's where they're coming about now. But obviously the usual suspects are in there as well, the Fernando Bales and those as well. But no, it's terrific to see new stud dogs starting to have runners in these big finals. Yeah,
look, 100%, and it's nice to see the Aston DB starting to come through, and even we're seeing obviously Fernando Bale, but the rising of these stud dogs that have finished up their racing career 2 years ago, and it's always so good to see that the superstars that we know and love, and then they go on, and hopefully Simon Todd Helen ends up there down the track as well, and we can see the future of the sport.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about, both the size and the brood bitches as well, and we get a connection to them as well. The punters get a connection to them as well, I think. When you get grounds like Sweet It Is producing fast dogs as well, there's no doubt that helps connect that previous generation back to the current one.
She's probably been one of the best producing stays, Sweet It Is.
Absolutely,
She's dropping some very good dogs, and some that show a bit of early speed, which is strange. I know the one that I've got at home, he's showing a nice turn of pace, and for a Sweet It Is, it doesn't really make much sense, but I think he'll win a race at Hillsville over 300. So go figure. Just a bit of a scroll through the form guide. Who's the best bet tomorrow, do you think?
I think Aston Ulysses. Even though it's drawn box, probably a bit short.
Wrong, well, you're right.
One of us is right, but it's an interesting race. Actually, I think more speed is probably, if you're looking outside the feature races, race 2, number 8 for Mick Carter. I think it's the best bet of the day.
He's best bet of the day, I agree with that. And these feature races are that good. If you have a little each way play on them, you're going to get good value because there's so much depth, they're so even. You could come to the track and back one winner and make a profit. That's the class of these 5 races. And I can't wait to see She's Got Wheels go around. And she's by Zara's Entity, who's out of Girl Aloud, who's one of the ones that we have that type of line as well with our girl Evie's Entity. So it's nice to see them producing on.
Absolutely.
But no, look, I'm really excited to see what she can do. For a young dog to have already done what she has and just looks like she's going to run 500, there are going to be group winners come out of this Gold Rush again. I don't doubt that, so it's one not to miss.
It's incredible, actually, a period of time we're in with racing. The focus should be in Sydney. It's Easter Egg Series, it's Association Cup Series, but we had a launching pad Thursday night.
Yeah.
We've got our meeting here tomorrow. We've got Ballarat Cup each Monday. There's just feature races everywhere.
It's scary how many good dogs there are.
Yes.
Kuro Kismet was outstanding to win the launching pad, but the run of Aston Rupee, he could be a superstar that wins over $1 million. That's how good he could be. Also, like you say, Ferdinand Boy, who won the Shepparton Cup, he's racing the Ballarat Cup heats on Monday. The Easter Egg, the Ultra Sense, there's so much good racing in the Perth Cup, the Galaxy. It's a great time to be involved, isn't it?
Absolutely, it certainly is. But in the short term, 12 races here tomorrow. End of the Gold Rush Carnival, 11:59 the first. It's normally a very big kids and family day. With the current climate, we've sort of left it to pretty much get the punters and the owners and trainers back and enjoy themselves for a big feature race meeting without the hustle and bustle of the promotion we've had. So we'll be doing a couple of hour show and trying a few little things differently, and hopefully we've found a winner tonight.
That's it. Forget the rest of the racing, all the great racing. It's here tomorrow. It's about the only real good racing though tomorrow, isn't it? There you go.
Well, we're there, aren't we?
I think so. Hopefully.
I'm sure we are.
3 in Victoria, but this is going to be the best. She's got wheels, hopefully wins, and more speed will kick us off with a little bit of money in the kitty right from the get-go.
Just give it a run after that.
That's it.